to buy some kind of a camera or something.
Yeah, you do.
I know.
Thank you for joining us today, Unafraid. Today, back with my man Joey Heim today. We got a couple good things on track for you guys. First of all, make sure you guys like the feed, share the feed so we can continue the conversation, get your feedback, all these things. We got a couple really good things on track for today, as usual. Number one, the NCAA and this witch hunt from the FBI. And
whenever it's a witch hunt, it's always true. Like Barry Bonds with the steroids. Remember, witch hunt, witch hunt? It's true.
Well, they say the Russia thing's a witch hunt, too.
Oh, but you know,
I see.
He was waiting all day for that one.
And the baseball playoffs are getting ready to start. And even though I'm a baseball fan, I'm still like, who cares?
No, you stand alone, Brian.
No, I don't stand alone.
Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs. Are you serious? I cannot wait for my baby Bombers, baby. Yankees.
And Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner, he just passed away, and Joey has sticky magazines over here.
I brought the baseball bat, the baseball preview, but this is from what year? 2010.
You still have that thing?
I have so many of them at home.
Oh my God, Deshaun. So I'm gonna ask you another question when we get to that.
Yes.
So Deshaun Watson, he gave his whole entire first game.
That's my kind of black man right there. Yes. That's awesome, dude.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Because, okay, Odell Beckham Jr., what he did disgusts me so much. First of all, this was fake when he did that because there's black athletes that I think mean it when they do that. He's the most Would you agree he's the most selfish athlete out there right now?
Hold on, that wasn't the question though.
So Deshaun Foster?
No,
I mean Watson. Sorry. Love him. You know what? I'm not really a big fan of people that put that stuff on video that they're going out there and like doing that. But he did it. He's sincere.
But I bet you the Texans put him up to that part of it because remember the NBA. I mean the NFL has an image problem, right?
Oh, a big one. Yeah.
I mean it's always had an image problem.
Yes, a black quarterback. I get what you're saying.
And then also the NBA has the whole NBA Cares commercials that make you feel good about the community.
Yeah. And the NFL doesn't do that really. Remember they used to do that.
Correct. And I don't know. I've been campaigning for this for a while.
They used to do it with March of Dimes. That was their thing in the 80s. That's
and now they don't do it anymore. But we're going to get started with the NCAA and this witch hunt. I know they're not doing it. It's the FBI. And we'll talk about a little bit of how it came about.
But why is it a witch hunt?
I'm going to tell you.
Let's hear it.
So it all started with there was a financial advisor in Pittsburgh who got jammed up on some fraud and all these other charges, right? So then he says, you know what? I want to lessen my time. I know some information about some stuff that's going on, and I can tell you. Mind you, he didn't have anything to do with it. But he decides, I'm going to tell the way I can lessen my sentence. And then come to find out. Well, actually not come to find out, but there was proof from the FBI. I mean, they have wiretaps. They did this whole like Donnie Brasco thing for a few $1,000s, which is incredible to me, right?
A few thousand?
I mean, like we're talking
about.
We're talking about like 13,000. No, I'm talking about for the coaches who've been indicted on this. The shoe companies.
What are you saying, 13,000?
Yeah, like some of these people, they only took like 13, 15,000, 20,000, 50,000.
How much did Chuck Person take?
90,000.
All right, well, 90,000.
Well, it was a course of a few years though. Like this is not like a thing like that.
But they do it in football too in NCAA. That's why I really quick before you go on. That's why I left college football. I used to be a huge USC fan, but when they sold out Reggie Bush, Pete Carroll, I was so freaking pissed off.
I was too.
Right? I mean, he gave so much. That Reggie Bush, those USC years with Leinart were the best since Marcus Allen, O.J. Simpson. Dude, they sold him out like I've never seen anything like that before. And Pete Carroll gets suspended instead of serving his suspension. He goes and gets a job in Seattle. Like total bullshit, man. So that's why I'm not really into the NCAA like I used to be. But my biggest scumbag in sports used to be what's his name? Lance Armstrong. Rick Pitino has surpassed him now. Oh, I didn't know anything. I didn't see anything. I didn't fuck that waitress on the table at the restaurant.
See, here's the thing where Rick Pitino has screwed up in this situation. It's not that he did any of these things, right? Whether it's the waitress, whether it's the involved with shady characters.
He banged the wait. He banged her.
Yeah.
You're being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
And that or that he didn't know about the prostitutes and the recruits or anything like that. So it's not the fact that any of those things happen. In life, you have to own up to your mistakes. And Rick Pitino has not been willing to own up to his mistakes, which is the biggest issue that people have with him. Yes. I mean, it's like Michael Vick is out working again because he paid his dues, went to jail, came out, made amends, and now he can work again and people accept him. Right. So, and Rick Pitino, he has given himself like the personal death sentence in this. And the reason why I say it's a witch hunt is because of this. When you look at the entire situation that's going on with the NCAA, you see that they kind of, them and Mark Emmert, they try to take this hands-off approach. Oh, listen, we don't know what's going on. We're just trying to police and keep amateurism. Right. Amateurism is a myth. Amateurism, absolutely. So everybody around you is making buku money. So you look at the shoe companies, like Adidas has a $100+ million deal with Louisville, right? So it's legal for Louisville to make hundreds of millions of dollars from Adidas, right? Of course. And then it's okay for Rick Pitino to get paid from them. But
$7.5 million he makes. That's crazy.
And then Adidas gives a recruit $100,000 to go to Louisville, right?
You mean under the table?
Yeah, right. Under the table to go to Louisville.
Yeah.
Whoa. Like, this is a victimless crime. Like this is a victimless crime. I don't understand.
But that's not fair. But but let's say there's a school like what's the school? Kentucky, Louisville. What's the school in that area that's a smaller school? Let's say Purdue or something. Okay. And the guy was going to go to Purdue, and the Adidas guy goes, hey, I know you're poor. You live in a 2-bedroom house. I'll give you $100,000, but you have to go to Louisville because our shoe is being represented by Louisville. That's where it gets dirty.
Oh, okay, I get that it feels a little bit dirty. However, it's the same thing as already going on with the shoe companies and everything else. So the problem with this is, the problem that the NCAA has is that they want to touch the money first.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, the one and done rule has got to go. If you're going to do one and done, do it 2 years. Now, why? Like Ben Simmons, people gave him a tough time last year. Ben Simmons was the smartest guy for not going to class. He said, "I'm not going to class."
What is the point in that?
What is the point of going to class? Like, it's so stupid.
Well, there's no point if you're only going to be there for 6 months.
Yeah, and he knew he was.
Yeah, if you're going to be there, like in football, if you have to be there for 3 years, then yes, you should go to class. But if you are for sure a kid who's going to be a one and done, I'm not mad at you.
Kyrie Irving, all these guys.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you for that.
So why do they do in football? Why is it a 3-year rule? You think because of the body of the
yeah. And truth be told, like, there's only a few people, like a handful of people that I can remember that were physically ready for the rigors of the NFL after their freshman year of college. Right. I would say last one I can truly remember would be like Adrian Peterson, and there's a defensive tackle at Houston right now, Oliver, who is a savage and a monster.
But okay, so the one and done rule. Remember Brandon? What was his name? God, he played for Milwaukee. Brandon. So instead of going
Brandon Jennings.
Jennings, thank you. Instead of going to college, he went to play in Italy, made some money. Yeah, they should all do that. Go out, I mean,
see, but there's an element of it that is difficult too, because getting on international teams is a little difficult simply because of the numbers.
Yeah, but this guy didn't want to go to school for 1 year. I mean, you have to wake up in the morning. It doesn't make sense.
Well, and then you have to be away from your family, outside the country. There's a lot more risk to it.
Brandon Jennings loved it.
Yeah, but he was a more mature kid. And the reason why I say that this is a witch hunt is because when you look at how fraudulent the NCAA is in the way it polices things, right? So you're a baseball guy. Everybody remembers the feel-good story from about 3 years ago in the Little League World Series. Monet Davis.
Oh yeah. Huh?
Monet Davis. She was the pitcher that pitched for the Pennsylvania team. They went to the Little League World Series, and she was awesome. She competed with the boys, balled out.
Got Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, covered Sports Illustrated. And what else did she get? She got the cover of Wheaties.
Oh yeah,
Wheaties. And what did the NCAA say? They said she can't go on the cover of Wheaties. No matter the fact that she's a national hero.
That's ridiculous.
And that if she wants to compete when she gets to be of age in the NCAA, she needs to have a waiver, because as of right now she would be ineligible. I'm like, she's 12 years old. So you can police what's going on with 12-year-olds. But you can't figure out what's going on with Rick Pitino and all these people. And you don't really care because you're touching the money first.
Okay, so how can we fix that? The NCAA, it's been like this for years now. All that, you got to pay the athletes, right? I mean, yeah, that's the only way.
There is no other reasonable solution. You just have to come up with a model that makes it okay.
Because all this bullshit about paying for education, once again, Ben Simmons, do you think he cares that he's going to LSU on a scholarship? He knows he's not going to finish. He was the #1 recruit coming out of high school. These guys have no incentive. You want to make them stay? Pay him a little bit more. I mean, pay him.
They would be more likely to stay, which would help the college basketball game.
Yeah.
Is not just having these kids go to the NBA and sit on the bench, but if they know, ooh, I can get even better and I can go straight to the NBA and be a star rather than sitting on the bench or ruining my career. Because the reality is this. Here's the part that makes me upset and angry. I want to know what you think about it too. Is the fact that there's nowhere else in America, right, that you can be 18 years old, someone else can trade on your name. They can trade on your image. They can trade on your likeness. They can make millions of dollars, and you cannot. Like it just makes
the whole Ed O'Bannon thing.
Yeah, it just makes no sense that you can add so much value.
But why can't they fix it? Why can't they? I mean, who's going to have to get in the middle of this?
Okay, that obviously this is going to have to be a legal fight, right?
Yeah.
But
who's going to fight for it? Who's going to go to battle with them?
But if you were the NCAA, wouldn't you fight this tooth and nail?
Of course.
Yeah. So that's why I say that because some people have compared the NCAA to slavery, but I say it's not slavery. I say it is sweatshop work. That it's sweatshop work because slavery, you're not paid. There's no kickbacks. There's no nothing, right? You work in a sweatshop, you might get an occasional T-shirt hand-me-down. You get paid way below your market value. So would you agree that this like sweatshop labor?
Yeah, but there are the one thing I will say, there are people that are using these scholarships the right way. So probably the majority of them, you would say, right?
Yeah, correct. But the problem is when schools have academic fraud, like what went on at North Carolina, we're talking about the NCAA, the FBI investigation is going on, and how the NCAA are a bunch of scammers, in my opinion. What went on? There's been schools that have come out and they've been found out that they were not educating their players, that they were putting them in dummy classes, just passing them through.
Absolutely.
So
that happens all the time.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, if you're not going to pay them, you're not going to educate them. What the hell is this really worth? That means that you are just using these people to make money.
Well, everybody knows that. I mean, it's obvious. Didn't Kyrie Irving take a class like understanding PMS, or who was that? Vince Carter?
Yeah, somebody. Yeah.
Rasheed Wallace. And that was North Carolina.
Yeah,
that's right. That's what you're talking about. So I just don't know how they're going to fix that situation. But like I told you before, I've given up on college sports a little bit because of this stuff. I hate this stuff. I hate it. Just make it either pay them or don't pay them.
See, I love
it's college. Like juicing.
I love college sports better though. I love college sports.
What part of it, though? I know you do, but what part? Like college basketball game is it's nicer. It's a beautiful game. College football, the crowds and all that.
Yeah. See, I love the crowds, and I love the fact about college football that your team never changes. Like in terms of like there's an attachment. Like I played for the Jaguars, and I had a little stop with the Giants. And yes, I have a little bit of attachment to the Jaguars, but it's not the same way as it is to the University of Oregon.
Right. By the way, the Jaguars, you see them on Sunday? Holy shit!
No, I didn't because it was streaming, so I didn't watch it.
What happened this week in the NFL? I've never seen quarterbacks throw for under 30 yards and a half. It was Flacco. What's his name? Dak Prescott and Derek Carr.
Well, it actually happens more than you think. You're just not really paying attention when it does.
I mean, what happened? So something's going on in the NFL right now where these games. I don't know if the referees are controlling it. You know better than I do. Games are not 47-42 anymore. Now they're like lower scoring games. There's
no. It's always like that. It's kind of like the thing where we say every preseason we say, "Oh my God, so many guys are getting hurt this preseason," but it's really about on par. You just had some more name brand guys get hurt.
Eli Manning is struggling. It's just
Eli Manning is garbage. Do you understand this?
He's a better postseason player though.
No, oh my God, no, dude.
Him.
He's got a couple lucky catches, and that's about it.
Everybody does.
So here's the thing about the NCAA too. When we were talking about Adidas having 100
and what's their
million.
role in all this?
So what happens is this. So I was on the on the high school AAU basketball circuit, right? You have Nike teams, you have Adidas teams, and now you have Under Armour teams.
Oh, well, Under Armour's in it now.
Yeah, because of Steph Curry.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So they all have their own teams. They all have their own camps and all that stuff. So if you play for an Adidas team,
that's it.
You don't go to Nike camps.
Right.
If you play for a Nike team, you don't go to Adidas camps. And they're kind of building brand loyalty from the time that they are in high school. That way, when they go to the pros, it's an automatic fit for them. So they know the people, they have a relationship with them and all that. So, and then along the way, there are kick downs and
of course there are.
And all that, right?
How is anybody going to know if, what was his name? Tyson Chandler. He went to Cal State Dominguez Hills. Cal State Dominguez over here. No, Dominguez High School.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I know he was getting money.
Well, I played against him when we were when I was out of high school. He's like 2 years younger than me, and on his team,
Tayshaun Prince.
Yeah, he so they played for no. I'm talking about for his Nike AAU team.
They're stacked.
Which is more.
No, he wasn't Nike. Was he Nike? Or
Yeah,
Adidas?
yeah. No. He was a Nike guy. The Adidas big team during that time was EBO, which was Carlos Boozer, Deshaun Stevenson, and all those. And then Pump and Run had a team as well.
See that the Pump Brothers. That's right. So, but that's what I'm saying. How does anybody know if I just this is what I never understood. If somebody from Nike gives Tyson Chandler $20,000, who's going to know? Please tell me who is going to know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
That's why they can't prove it.
The whole Reggie Bush thing.
However, you have to do some type of undercover investigative work and all that, and that's why I say this is a victimless crime. Because if a kid gets $50,000, $100,000 to go to a school, right? They call that a bribe, but isn't the scholarship, the offer of a scholarship to come to our school and these facilities and all these perks and all that, isn't that a bribe as well?
But that's the whole trade-off. You know, it's like a barter system. Like, hey, you come play our school, we'll give you the scholarship.
That's the same thing. Is it? I'll give you $100,000 if you go to this school. It's a trade-off.
But
same thing, barter.
Obviously, it's in the rules that you can't do that. That's the whole thing. It's in the rules. Because then the richest schools are going to get the best players.
Man, look.
I just feel bad. You know who's really happy are the small college coaches that have lost all these guys. You know, this guy, I'll give you an example.
They weren't going there anyway.
Yeah, they were. No,
they weren't. Like, no kid is choosing to go to.
For the most part.
No kid is choosing to go to VCU.
No, not VCU. It wasn't another bigger school. Like UCLA, and we'll say... I can't even think of a freaking school. Fresno State.
No kid is going to choose to go to Fresno State over UCLA.
It's got to be a little bit closer. That's not,
okay. So would you say like Oregon State and UCLA?
No. How about Oregon and UCLA football, or Oregon and USC football? There you go. There's a good one. USC has more money. USC, let's say, has a bigger deal with who's USC with Nike, right?
Yep.
And Oregon's with Nike. Hello. Yeah. That doesn't work. Okay. So my point is that the smaller college coaches. But I want to go back to the sneaker companies. Are they scumbags in all this?
No.
You don't think so?
No, man. This is...
There are rules. They know that there are rules. Like, if there weren't rules, then the FBI wouldn't have to do this undercover, right?
Okay. So, there are rules. But I will tell you that the system is broken.
Oh, it's been broken for a long time.
It's just like the cops picking up a dude on the corner selling dope, right? Like they pick up 3 or 4 or however many they picked up, 14 corner guys, right? And then them coming out and saying, oh, we made a dope bust. We made a huge bust. We stopped the war on drugs.
Well, I don't think they're saying right now that they're stopping anything, but they're like, you know, people are upset. There's a lot of, I noticed that the college basketball analysts for ESPN and Fox Sports, they're really upset about this.
Yeah, but
did they not know it was going on? Like,
No. They're not really upset. They're really upset that. Actually, some of them are acting upset like they didn't know that this was going on.
That's what I'm asking, right?
and that doesn't make any sense to me why they're acting like they didn't know that there was some under the table money being traded off in college basketball. I mean, if okay, so your son Juju, right?
Yeah.
If whatever college comes to you and it's like, yo, we want him to come to our school way more than we want you to go to the other school.
Right.
And you know that this is a potential good fit for him. Like, this is one of the schools that is good for him anyway. And they're like, yo, we're going to, I mean, including for inflation, because your kid's 10 right now, we'll give you $250,000.
I know. It's hard.
Are you going to turn that down?
Well, first of all, I live in a nice part of the suburbs. For a black kid, you can't turn it down. Like these black kids that live in the hood, the whole Reggie Bush thing, I get it. How can you not take the money? Who would not take the money?
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, even now, okay, you live in a nice part of town.
I think we're agreeing with each other.
You're doing all right. Would you take the money or would you not take the money?
So what do I have to agree to? So Juju's 10. So for him to play baseball at USC,
in
7 years,
scholarship USC, they're like, we'll give you.
Of course, yeah, I would take the money.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if the number is right, it doesn't even matter. Your socioeconomic standing.
So you know what? This is the foot in the door. Now it's time to do the investigation. The investigation's already underway. Let's make a change now. Who's gonna go after the NCAA? That's what I want to find out. It's got to be a politician or something, right?
Somebody has to. Somebody big name and it's got to be a politician.
Okay, because I don't know if I ever told you this, but when I was gambling big time, I noticed a trend with Tim Donaghy. This is way before it came out, and I wrote a letter to John McCain and said, "Hey, there's an NBA referee, man. I don't know what he's doing, but." I saw it was we won't get into it. It was a Sixers Celtics when Iverson was there, and I had the under. You know what over under is, right? And it was going way under. And in the last minute and 9 seconds, guess how many points they scored?
16.
37. 37 points, and I was at the gym. I almost threw a 45-pound weight through the window. I went home and I wrote a letter to John McCain. I said, "Hey, I don't know," because he's into like boxing, and I wrote him a letter, and it came out afterwards. Tim Donaghy was fixing games.
Oh, I knew it. Snitch.
I knew it. So hopefully somebody will take. I agree with you on this. I really do. It's a witch hunt, but it's still there's something there.
And here's the thing, though, is that the NCAA is gonna have to beg the FBI to call off the dogs.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
They're going to have to. I mean, if
they
don't,
lose so much, who is the NCAA? Where is the money going?
Okay, so the NCAA in and of itself, like aside from the schools,
I'm sure they're called. What's it called?
They are a 501c3.
Okay, right.
They're a nonprofit, but they make over like 1.4 or 1.8 billion dollars a year.
And then they do more than that.
No, well, that's from like the last report I saw was the 2015 fiscal.
Okay, who's making that money?
So of that, right? There's expenses and all this stuff because Mark Emmert, who's over it, makes $5-10 million a year, and then so some of that goes to expenses, and then some of it is distributed out to schools. But the schools have their own local deals and marketing and all that stuff, TV rights, all this.
So, okay, we'll take Louisville for example. So I forgot what I read. How much are they getting paid for the shoes?
Like $130, $140 million.
Okay, so is the NCAA giving Louisville more money than that?
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The NCAA is giving more to Louisville than that shoe company.
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. The shoe company is giving more.
Correct.
Absolutely. So do the math. It fucking doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and so, that's what I'm saying is that the NCAA is going to have to beg the FBI to call off the dogs. Yeah. Because if they don't, this situation at Louisville, because remember there's Arizona, USC, all type of other schools involved in this, right?
Yeah.
Your school is going down next. No matter whether you're a Nike school, Adidas school, if the FBI starts digging around, your school's going down. Whatever your school is, your school's up next, buddy. So, and it's kind of like I liken it to the banks, right? The banks that had the predatory loans and all that.
Yeah.
We essentially bailed them out because all the banks can't fail. Because if all the banks fail, it destroys the entire financial system. So all of the schools can't go down. because it would destroy college basketball, destroy college football.
Sports,
yeah,
everything.
So they're not going to allow that to happen. So there are some backroom meetings right now, and they're like, look, you got Rick Pitino, you're scared everybody else. Just please, I'm on my hands and knees. Mark Emmert is on his hands and knees somewhere, begging for change.
There has to be a change. It's time. The NCAA, I guarantee you, a year from now, they will not be making money like they're making today. It's over. The gig is up. That's it. They the FBI, good for them for doing undercover work and bringing it to the forefront. I'm so happy though Rick Pitino is gone.
Why?
Because he's just prostitutes, to these recruits.
He didn't know. Remember?
Oh yeah, I didn't know. That's what I hate the most. I didn't know. If you're the coach, I mean, do you know what goes on in your household?
Yes,
of course you do. You know what your assistant coaches are doing. At least he took responsibility for fucking that waitress in the restaurant, or there was his mistress, and I think he took her to the restaurant. He's just a scumbag. He's a great coach, though. You got to give him credit.
Oh my God, he's
what he did with the Knicks and the Celtics. And I mean, he gave Antoine Walker a little too much money. But Rick Pitino, if he gets a coaching job, shame on anybody who hires Rick Pitino from here on in. At college, I'm talking about college. Okay. You think he'll get a? Isn't he 70 years old? How old is he?
Here's the thing about Rick Pitino.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get my drink. That's what about doing the show at the house.
Is that Rick Pitino he's kind of slimy. Just to be honest.
Slimy.
Hey, dude, he looks like the dude that sells you a car, right?
Yep.
And then it starts breaking down that day, and then you go back the next day, and then he acts like he didn't know you. He's like, what? I didn't sell you the car.
No,
I mean,
sounds like Rick Pitino.
But he's a phenomenal salesman and all that, though. But that's why I say the NCAA is coming after your school next. You guys are watching Unafraid. Joey Heim here with me per usual. The NCAA is coming after your school next because this whole deal with Adidas, Rick Pitino, all that, it's not going to end there. I mean, and the NCAA cannot afford for so many teams to go away.
What about steering them to the agents too?
Okay, so this is another reason why it's a victimless crime is because
but
these
you know the
kids
rules. You cannot even basically speak to an agent at this point.
No, I
that's on the agents.
No.
But I get why they're doing it.
You can't sign with agents. You can be introduced to agents.
Yeah, you can't sign, but you have Reggie Bush had that deal. Like you're gonna sign with us.
And where is the victim in there? Because these kids need agents anyway.
But then again, then you don't want these kids in high school being pestered by agents, and I don't know.
Hey man, listen, it's already happening. So like, why try to turn it into a crime?
But I'm saying if you leave the door wide open, then it's gonna get.
Well, see, but that,
you know how much more money the kids will make if you do it wide open? Because now it's like one agent saying, "Hey, don't tell anybody. Yeah. I'm gonna give you money." But if you're like, "All right, it's wide open," God, can you imagine how many?
Okay, so but that's why I say that the fact that there are all these stringent rules and all this, and it's an underhanded system, that's what is making people essentially, that's what created the black market for this. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like the kids are going to take money because they can't get it legally. So if you actually created a system where the kids could get money in the NCAA, you wouldn't have situations like what went on at Louisville, what's going on at every other school. Because I will tell you this, I know for a fact, there was a dude that I knew, I will not say what school, because I'm not a rat. I'm not a snitch, AJ Kuyan. So he had 2 kids when we were in college. He was paying $1,500 to each one of the baby moms. Because so he came from JUCO. He was 21. Okay. And when he showed up at the university he was at, because I've known him, he was giving each of his kids' moms $1,500 per month while he was in college. That's $3,000. Right. Where do you think that was coming from? I know. And so he's a dude who was just trying to take care of his kids. He was a star. He was a star. So had he been able to trade on his own name, he would have been able to take care of his kids even better.
And then what about what happened to UNLV with Larry Johnson? They're driving around in Corvettes. Like, that's when it gets.
They were making people money. The next thing up though is we have baseball. Baseball playoffs are starting. I know you guys are like me. I love baseball. I enjoy baseball and all that, but
my favorite is baseball playoffs. But
baseball, honestly, the playoffs. I mean, the playoffs are here. You have division races and all this, and nobody cares.
Maybe the people you hang out with don't care. The ones that I know, the ones on Facebook and Twitter, like this is going to be. Look at these
Baseball's
teams.
never trending,
Red Sox,
ever.
Cubs, Indians. Well, that's because 162 games. Well, come the playoffs, oh man, it'll be number one.
No way, bro.
Come playoff time when it's the Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers, Cubs, Indians. Who cares about the Twins, Diamondbacks, Rockies, whatever. Dude, this is gonna be the best playoffs in years.
Listen, the problem that baseball has is that baseball has no stars, bro. Baseball has no stars. It has no.
Aaron Judge is not a star?
No.
By the way, I did call it that day when we were here. I said he's going to hit his next home run by the time we get off the air.
Aaron Judge is very popular. Aaron Judge is not a star. Name me one. I feel like I know more about Aaron Judge because I went out and actively had to research this. Tell me two things that you know about Aaron Judge as a person, or any type of storyline surrounding Aaron Judge. Give me one or two.
How much he struggled his rookie season, the home run derby issue he had this year with killing the home run derby and then falling off the. I mean, this season.
I mean, I'm just saying that doesn't sound overly compelling. Give me two things that you really know about Steph Curry.
I was just gonna say the NBA is different. I can't tell you stuff about NFL players.
Yes, you can. Tell me what you know about Marshawn Lynch.
Skittle. Is he Skittles too?
Yep.
But yeah, that's one. Okay. What can I tell you about LaShawn McCoy? What can I tell you about?
Okay, but LaShawn McCoy is not a star either. Like he's not a player that has facial facial.
Okay. What can I tell you about the wide receiver from what's his name? Antonio Brown. Can't tell you anything about Dancing with the Stars?
Yes. So you know who Antonio Brown is.
The Cubs catcher, David Ross, was on Dancing with the Stars. I mean,
nobody even remembers the bald head dude.
But here's the thing about baseball. The beauty about baseball is it's a team sport. That's the whole thing. It's a team sport.
All these things are team sports, but the problem is that baseball's best players, right?
Bryce Harper, Chris Bryant.
You look at Mike Trout, whose numbers,
but he's boring.
Are comparatively like he's basically like the white Willie Mays.
Yes.
And if he keeps this up, he will be one of the top 5 baseball players of all time. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but he's boring. I get it.
But
I don't even. He doesn't move me like when he plays. He doesn't.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like imagine. Like the best thing that they can sell you on, baseball can sell you on, is Red Sox, Yankees.
It's a team. Yeah, the rivalries.
But the thing is, like, imagine if there were some sort of subset of stories in between. Like, that's why I love bat flips. I like slow trots. I like celebrations. I like all of these things because that's what creates drama for the fans, and that's why the baseball playoffs are starting. Like when the NBA playoffs are getting close, the NFL playoffs are getting close. It's a build-up.
In the NBA, how many teams make the playoffs in the NBA? 16.
Yep.
How many make it in the NFL? 16. In baseball, you have 3, 4, 5 in a while. 6 teams.
That's 12 teams.
Yeah, but 4 of those teams only play a 1-game wild card. But that's the thing about baseball. Either you're gonna be somebody like me that doesn't mind staying at Dodger Stadium for 3.5 hours and watching a game, or you have somebody like, oh my god, this is so boring.
I love going to.
But I love watching it on TV. The baseball playoffs, man, I do not move from in front of the TV set.
But I like the baseball playoffs. My one argument about the baseball playoffs is that the games are way too long. Like baseball games are already long in and of themselves.
Football games are longer.
However, there's more action, and so for the casual fan, right? I'm not talking about the diehard fan, the diehard sports fan like me and you. Baseball does not move people in the same way because it doesn't have these secondary storylines. So like imagine.
You know what the number one secondary storyline is though in baseball is the history of the game.
Oh my god!
So like Aaron Judge breaking Mark McGwire's record. What's his name? Cody Bellinger doing things that no other rookies done before.
Bro. I mean,
that's the storyline. I mean, what do you want? What else is there? It has to be a brawl every time.
No. It has nothing to do with fights.
There's a thing about baseball. Hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in all sports. We agree.
So,
oh come on.
It is up there. I mean,
What's
see,
harder?
but you could. I'm admitting that hitting a baseball in terms of hand-eye coordination is one of the most difficult things to do. But also, you have not tried to catch a pass when like somebody is crushing you at the same time. So that takes a different a set of skill and courage and all these things. So it's not diminishing it. There is just a different set of skills. Like when you are playing basketball, how difficult is it for like Steph Curry to throw up half court shots without looking? It's extremely difficult.
But you can still do it. But I want to see, let's take Aaron Judge again. I bet you Aaron Judge can make 5 out of 10 3-pointers, even 1 out of 10 with a guy in his face in the NBA. But I want to see Steph Curry hit one Aroldis Chapman fastball. Or even come close. I want to see him stay in the batter's box the whole time. Forget about hit it. I want to see, he'll do a John Kruk. He's like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't want this. Honestly, baseball is a completely different. That's why I give Tebow credit. I mean, what he's even in the minors, he did well.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he just like fell out of bed and he got signed by the Mets and he's hitting home runs and.
Yeah, I'm not.
Look at Michael Jordan.
I'm not diminishing how difficult hitting a baseball is. I'm just saying that when people make that statement, it's not easy to quantify like how difficult things are in other sports. Okay. That how difficult that like in just football, how difficult it is to move another 300-pound man out of the way. You know, I mean,
yeah, so but that doesn't take skill. That takes strength.
No. It does take skill because it doesn't matter how strong you are. If your footwork is not good, if your hands aren't positioned, all that stuff.
But you can learn that. You can't learn to hit a baseball. Like when you're 25, 27, you can learn how to move an offensive lineman with a good coaching. Whatever. In baseball, dude, if you don't start when you're young, you got no chance. No chance.
Yeah, I don't believe that. So anyways, so with the baseball playoffs though, right?
Right.
What my whole problem with the game is, I'm just like, where is the story? Like where? Okay, so in the NBA, I can name you 30 different storylines. So we have Cavs, Boston Celtics, and then on the so that's a big rivalry now in and of itself.
Right.
And then you have John Wall on the outside saying, "Look at me, look at me." You know what I mean?
What was he saying that?
No, I'm saying like don't count us out over here at the Wizards.
Yeah. No, I agree with you about basketball.
And then with football, we used to have Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and now we have. I mean, there's so many subplots.
Not in the NFL. Basketball, yes.
No. Hold up. So when you look at, like, let's just take a team like the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Subplot. Alex Smith. They draft a dude. This happened to him with Kaepernick. There is what's going on in the division. There's so many subplots that go on during football that we don't get with baseball, and I want that.
I don't think anybody talks about Alex Smith. That whole Colin Kaepernick thing was like 5 years ago. That's like nobody talks about it anymore.
No. I'm talking about
like if you play the Niners tomorrow.
Because they just drafted Patrick Mahomes, and so this dude is fighting for his job, and
he's not gonna get it.
But that's what I'm saying is that there are so many subplots. You look at what was going on with the Houston Texans. So they started the other guy.
Yeah.
And then they bring in Deshaun Watson. He shows up, shows out, and then you have division rivalries between. And it's not just team versus team. It's players versus other players. And we want that in baseball. That would make baseball interesting.
You're not going to get it in baseball. Baseball's a 162 game season.
Because they have nameless, faceless players that are not stars. If Yasiel Puig was the last player that had an opportunity to like not transcend the game, but be so big that like people really like took notice of him outside of baseball, and he just didn't put up the numbers. So if Mike Trout had half a personality, like imagine if you put even like Steph Curry, who's super clean cut, right? Like who Michael Rappaport likened to Mickey Mouse.
He gets on my nerves.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's still a storyline.
I hate all that shit. I hate it.
You still care about him. You're still talking about him. You still matter.
But you keep going back to the NBA. The NBA is completely different. Like the NBA, even when there's trade rumors, or the trade deadline stuff that goes on, it's the number one trending thing over NFL, MLB. Nobody cares in the NFL if Zeke Elliott got traded now. It would still wouldn't be like NFL trades.
No. That would be a big deal. That would be like the Herschel Walker trade.
Okay, give me another running back. How about what's his name on the Le'Veon Bell? It's not like he's a good running back. He's like top 3, but if he got traded tomorrow to Oakland, only Raider fans would be happy. Nobody would really care. But in the NBA, like when Kyrie Irving gets traded from the Celtics, everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, but the problem is that baseball players don't say anything about anything. Like they never say anything about anything.
It's the most cliche sport of all time. Oh, I'm just trying to do my job and move the runner along.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I know, of course. NBA, they kind of do the same thing too.
Yeah. The next thing.
So what about NFL quarterbacks? They're the most cliche out of all of them.
And
couldn't do it without my teammates.
Well, that there is an element of that. I mean, even NBA guys do it. Steph and LeBron are always like, yo, it's my teammates. I'm out here.
You know, one guy who never did that. Who? Kobe being Bryant. It was me. I did it. We won because of me. I'm the MVP.
Oh, stop.
Shit, you never had to play with Smush Parker. I had to play with Smush Parker.
No, that's not Kobe. Stop it. There will be no Kobe slander. Next up, though, is Hugh Hefner.
Oh, man.
So, Hugh Hefner has passed away, and
can I put you on the spot?
Yeah.
It's a sexual question, or is that going to intimidate you?
Are you asking me to have sex with you?
No. I'm asking you if you're able to masturbate with both hands. Not at the same time either. I'm not talking about that. That Hugh Hefner is responsible for that. Look at these forms. Can you see the forms? Look. Look at those forms. That's Hugh Hefner, baby. That's Hugh.
What kind of question is that?
Because if it wasn't for Hugh Hefner, my right forearm would be like this, and my left forearm would be like. A friend of mine told me. We'll get into another time. But thank you, Hugh. But my favorite thing about Playboy magazine, that.
Don't show that.
Okay, that's not.
It's a family show.
My favorite part is right here. The jokes. Best thing. Let me read one for you. Okay, here. I just bought a new hearing aid. An older man told his neighbor, "It's state of the art and it's amazing." Really? The neighbor said. "What kind is it?" "It's 130, the man replied. Get it? It's state of the art hearing aid. He thought, "What kind is it?" He thought, "What time is it?" It's just funny shit, man. What is the biggest crime committed by transvestites? Mail fraud. Get it? MALE.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. It's good stuff, man.
Dude, you're hella corny. So I was asking you earlier, did you ever get a chance to go to the Playboy Mansion?
I had one chance, and I already booked a trip with my buddies Mo and Stan. We were going to Amsterdam, Hungary, and Paris, France, and I said no. I couldn't go. The biggest mistake of my life.
How do you know it was a mistake? It could have.
Every guy wants to go to the grotto, hang out in the grotto. Okay. You went.
I've been to the Playboy Mansion 3 times. See? I've been to the Playboy Mansion 3 times. I went twice for a party and once just on the bah humbug. And that's just an ethnic colloquialism for just saying just on the strength of it, which is another ethnic.
I never heard of that. A bah humbug?
Yeah. Oh. Just like off the bah humbug. Okay. Just on a random Tuesday, kind of like that. And I will say it was extremely fun. And I will go along with the party line before I give you guys a little bit of insight and info. Is Hugh Hefner was a nice man, treated everybody well.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the party line. But everybody wonders, is there freaky sex going on in every corner of the Playboy Mansion? No,
that would be a penthouse mansion. Playboy wasn't really like that.
Yeah. So, but I got a chance to swim the grotto. Mm-hmm. Got a chance to go. It's pretty cool. One of them was a wild day. The other two were legitimate parties. There are naked women walking around, but they're painted. So you can see a little nip impression, but. No more than you could see in a top. You know what I mean? So, so it kind of is what it is. And when you think about everybody initially thinks about the sex, right?
Right.
With Playboy, the magazine, the naked girls and all that. But people don't realize how big of a cultural icon he was in terms of First Amendment
maybe
rights.
Biggest.
Yeah,
he might be him and the other guy from Guccione.
Yeah, in terms of First Amendment rights and people being free to be open.
Yeah, but now that Playboy doesn't do nudity anymore.
Oh, they are
I
trying
haven't
to
bought
be
Why? They are. Oh, wait. Let me tell you something. Another thing about
no. They're going back to it.
Playboy. That's what I hate about Playboy. The stigma that it's like for perverts. The best articles, the best interviews ever.
Everybody gets Playboy for the articles.
Yeah, no. We seriously though. The Playboy interviews with the celebrities, the best ever.
I've never read one. I mean, to be honest though, like I've probably only opened a Playboy in my life, probably like twice when I was a teenager, and then like once as an adult.
So this is the one with Josh Brolin. So it wasn't like the one with Vince McMahon was good. The one with Donald Trump. The one with Eddie Murphy. These are the ones that I remember. But I mean, even their their sports previews were awesome. The NFL.
I just don't know. It just wasn't the magazine I picked up.
Oh, some of these are sticking together still.
Yeah, exactly. See, I don't even know why you brought that thing over here on my table.
It was either this or my dirty sock. One or the other. Those forearms. Thank you, Hugh. Yeah. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I'm so. Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love him.
Oh, so he's the quarterback. He's now the quarterback for the Houston Texans. He used to be the quarterback for the national championship Clemson Tigers, who just beat Alabama last year in the national championship.
And even on that, beating Alabama in a championship game. I mean, what was it? I think they were underdogs by like 13 or 14. He's a stud, man.
Yeah.
If I'm a Texans fan, I know my buddy Doug Huff watches this. If I'm a Texans fan, I'm a happy camper.
Oh, for sure, because you know your franchise is in good hands as long as he can stay healthy.
Yep.
So if you haven't seen it, I posted it on my Twitter at George Reister. I don't know if you posted it or not. So Deshaun Watson, it kind of came out late last night. He decided he was going to give away his first game check.
How much was it? I don't know.
So he makes a little under $500,000 this year. So that amounts to
16 games.
No, but it's over 17 weeks. So it's about $29,000 a week, right?
Okay.
$29,400 per week, around there, approximately.
So minus taxes, all that, whatever. It doesn't even matter.
So probably like somewhere in the neighborhood of $15,000 to $18,000 he gave away.
I love that.
And he gave it to the workers in the cafeteria. Gave it to 3 women, split it up between them, whose families were tremendously affected by the hurricanes. And when you see that, like, there are some detractors who I saw online last night say, "Oh, he's just doing this for fame and attention."
Well, if he took the money back, then yes, right? But he's not taking the money back. So usually I'm not for when a camera's following these guys around to do stuff like that. But he can't take the money back. You know, the ladies, unless they say, "Hey, that was all for show." But that's what I want to see. I don't want to see guys like Odell Beckham Jr. urinating after a touchdown, and give back to the community. Give back even your time. I don't know who's doing what, but I was so impressed that he did that.
But that's where I look at it and I'm saying this was a smart move for the Houston Texans because the the NFL has an image problem. And I'm not talking about in terms of the kneeling or anything like that, because that's not an image problem. The image problem has surrounded like domestic violence and all these other things, right? I mean, because people really think that despite there being 1,800 NFL players and you get 1 or 2 every other season like picked up for domestic violence, but everybody's an angry wife beater, right? So the NFL has an image problem, and because you get some DUIs, you have all this other stuff, and I'm saying, why not put out NBA Cares commercials for the NFL?
They used to do March of Dimes. I don't know what happened. That used to be their thing.
Yep. And this is the same thing. Like, this is exactly an NFL Cares commercial like the NBA has. They're showing people out in the community doing good things, being good people, which changes the perception of people. Because if you see positive images out there in the media a lot, then that's what you're going to believe goes on every day.
Yeah, and baseball doesn't do it either, by the way. But,
Dude, that's another... Dude, baseball is just mindless, faceless robots that just... I mean,
but
like...
For me, but see, like...
They need some personality.
For me, for true diehard baseball fans, I think it's more the artistry of the game that we love. It's not like I don't really like my baseball players to have personalities.
I do, dude.
I don't want a John Rocker on my team.
Oh well, there's a difference between a personality and an asshole.
I don't want Manny Ramirez on my team. I don't want that. I don't want. Look at Yasiel Puig.
Wait, hold up. You don't want Manny on your team? Manny was the
skill
greatest.
Wise, I know skill wise. No, Manny. That's not a good example. No, Manny was a good teammate. I think Manny
exactly.
No.
So I want Manny.
I don't want Yasiel Puig.
What? No. I want Yasiel Puig now. No, I don't want Yasiel Puig.
He's already in trouble. Getting in trouble.
Okay.
You see what happened? They were playing the Padres, and with 2 outs, they were down 2-1. It was a meaningless game, but he stole on his own, which they didn't want him to do.
See,
and then he didn't slide.
See, but he
didn't slide. Who doesn't?
That's the problem with see. There's a difference between a pro, right? Yasiel Puig is not a pro. Right? Like he's a professional.
Well, you got to suspend him to teach him, and then the next game, everybody was supposed to show up for the workout like at 10 in the morning. He came at 11 o'clock.
See, that's not being.
I don't want that. I don't want
correct.
that on my team.
No. See, that's not a personality guy. That's a bad teammate and not a guy that's not a professional. So I want the Manny Ramirez on my team.
What about Ricky Henderson?
I was just going to name him. I want Ricky Henderson on my team.
He's my top one
because
top 3.
And he had personality. You cared about him. You cared about.
He's the first guy that started the whole third person thing. Ricky gonna do what Ricky gonna do. Ricky gonna steal the base. I used to love Ricky Henderson.
And that's fine. Like we love that because the reality is, if you are a baller and you are a boss out there on the field.
Wait. I disagree. Who's the most beloved baseball player in the last 25 years?
King Griffey Jr.
No.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. Boring.
Snoozer. That's why I'm not.
Everybody loves him because of the way.
No. Hold up.
Don't even go there. How many guys idolize him? You know, number 2 is the most worn jersey now because of Derek Jeter.
I get it. So it's not that Derek Jeter.
Why does everybody love Derek Jeter?
Dude, he's Steph Curry. Dude, he's like baseball. He's
what
like
about Cal
baseball.
Ripken? Everybody loved Cal Ripken too. Cal Ripken, no personality.
No.
Sorry, not Cal Ripken. Sorry, Tony Gwynn. I'm sorry, Tony Gwynn.
No, they love Tony Gwynn because Tony Gwynn was a tremendous baseball player, and he had a little flash to him, and they loved that this little fat boy could hit the baseball. Man,
Tony
they
Gwynn.
loved that the little fat boy could hit the baseball.
But just to watch him hit like that, like I'll tell you what I could watch right now. There was a show a long time ago, Ted Williams and Tony Gwynn talking about hitting. I could sit there for 20 hours and watch that.
Okay. So Ted Williams, right? His last at bat in the major leagues. Ted Williams is everybody agrees he's like the greatest hitter of all time.
Splendid splinter, center fielder for the Red Sox.
Yeah, hit over 400 during a season. His splits are crazy. And his last at bat, he hit a home run.
And he didn't.
Yeah, and he didn't come out and tip his cap. Do you know what his quote was?
What was it? Hold on. I didn't know. What was it?
He said, "Gods don't pay attention to crowd noise."
He said that?
Yeah.
He said gods?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm not mad at him for that.
Well, Joe DiMaggio had a quote like that, too. He said the same. Marilyn Monroe said, do you know what it's like to have all these men scream at you? Like, and he's like, I get it 60,000 every night, you know?
Yeah.
But they don't make them like that anymore. Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio. Willie Mays wasn't a big personality
But that's what I'm saying. Is that and also Willie Mays is not talked about in the same way, even though he's one of the greatest.
No, he's the best player that ever lived, in my opinion.
So, but he's not talked about in that same way. You see what I'm saying? Like in that, like if you ask young kids, right, who are the greatest baseball players of all time, they're gonna name like Babe Ruth first. They're gonna name a few other people, right? Willie Mays is, unless they're actual like students of baseball, or unless somebody has educated them, that's not going to be in the first 5 names that they pick, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, maybe the same for basketball, like before Jordan. No, our sons don't know. Does Damon know a lot about Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Juju knows that he's supposedly the best that ever lived, but he's never really seen him play. Once in a while when he comes on NBA TV,
Yeah.
but he doesn't really impress him. Like, really? You know, he's not like, oh my God, look at that, because now everybody does what he does.
No. My son thinks that Dwayne Wade is the greatest shooting guard of all time, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Dwayne Wade is a baller, though.
No, he is.
Yeah. Dwayne, I loved him in college, and I knew he was going to be. I really knew.
That's he was at Marquette.
Yeah,
and then, but his trip to the Final Four was stupid. Like
stupid, and his championship when they beat the Mavericks might be the best.
No, God, no.
What?
Oh my, dude, I was there. I saw 2 of those games live and in person, and that was the most infuriating thing I had ever seen in my life.
What are you talking about?
So, Dwayne Wade, when they beat the
Mavericks. They were down 3-1, right?
It was.
Wait, were they down?
No.
2.
Yeah,
2-0. 2-0.
Yeah, it was absolutely maddening to see those games in the American Airlines Arena. I saw two of the games there, and actually, Damon was there with me. He was a little tiny seedling,
yeah.
And the fact that they let Dwayne Wade, the officials let Dwayne Wade. I wouldn't be surprised if Donahue was calling some of those games. If they let Dwayne Wade win a championship with ticky-tack fouls from the free throw line,
he went to the line a lot.
It was as an NBA fan, it was maddening. I mean, it was outrageous.
Whatever it was, though, I mean, the numbers he put up. You want to talk about? Hold on.
He played well, but it was the fact that in the games, like.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, make him make he didn't have to make any shots.
Nothing is worse, though, than Game 6, Lakers, when Robert Horry hit that shot against Sacramento. 21 free throw attempts in the fourth quarter to 2. All right, I got to go.
Yeah, so, and with, but on Dwayne Wade, I have to say this real quick, is that I did not like Dwayne Wade for the first probably 10 years of his career because he fell on the ground too much. I mean, like
People said about LeBron. He's a
no. But Dwayne Wade, every single time you got near him, dude, it was like fall on the ground time. And I hate. I mean, probably it's because coaches used to always like.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Stay off the ground. Stay off the ground.
Like a kind of Derek Fisher type thing. Like
every single time somebody gets near.
But you know what Dwayne Wade did better than
like
almost
no
any,
muscles.
You know what he did better than almost any number 2 guard in the history of the NBA? Dwayne Wade?
What?
Block shots. You know how amazing he was?
No. He's a tremendous off-ball defender.
But blocking shots, and the other thing too is what I like about Dwayne Wade, barely shot any 3-pointers. Like he knew that wasn't his game. Yeah, but at least he couldn't. But at least he knew he couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't jack him up. Like I would watch. He'd shoot 1 a game, if that. Sometimes he'd go 5, 6. I love that.
And that's because he knew his game.
That's what I like about him.
And you have to give him credit for that. But as soon as he got inside of that 3-point line, though.
Oh
yeah, it was wicked. Yeah. It was wicked. You guys, thank you guys for joining us today.
For watching,
Unafraid.
everybody.
Appreciate it. Please like this feed, share the feed, continue the conversation. We will catch you guys later.
All right, I got to skedaddle. Post.
Let me get to Facebook.